Good day, everyone. My name is Maria Kądzielska, and this is Poland Daily Culture. He used to be the member of Knesset for Israeli Labour Party, the Secretary General for Labour Party, and the Deputy Speaker of Knesset. He's one of the Israeli politicians who most often visits Poland. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Yehiel Bar.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Thank you for being with us.
My pleasure.
But before we start the interview, let's listen to part of his speech.
Today, what I want to see is a true commitment for a brighter future, also based on an honest and truthful look at our past, the good and the bad alike. So I promise to do all that I can to improve and to push forward the relations between our two great nations. It's important to Israel and it's important to Poland.
Yehiel, the image of Poland in Israeli media is very different, and we usually don't even realize that we got a lot of criticism of things which are natural for us, for Poles, or well known, but for Israel, they differently look at things. How do you think we Poles, what we can do to change this approach and to change this image of Poland in Israeli media?
Well, I will split my answer to two. One is how we see you politically. So usually Poland is supporting Israel, for example, in UN resolutions, in different attempts of bad countries to demonize Israel. Usually Poland voting with Israel, and I think it should be the case. It's not always easy, I know, but I think that politically we should improve it, including getting Israel and Polish politicians to be better friends and know each other, because sometimes people from both sides said stupid things about the other side, maybe because they don't understand, maybe because they think it's popular. Maybe a politician in Poland would think that it will be popular to, I don't know, attack Jews or Israel, which of course it's wrong. And the same is going for Israeli politicians that may think that it's popular to say that Poland is the blame of the Holocaust, which is of course also not true. So on the political side, we have to be very careful, and we'll have to treat each other with respect, definitely having such a long and dark history together under the impact of the German Nazis. But I think we should also, to your question, how can we prove it? I think that Poland and Israel should show each other the beautiful side of our countries, not only concerning to the war, to the concentration camps, to the World War II. Poland should market the beautiful sides of Poland in Israel, show Israel what you have to offer when we're talking about culture, about art, about food, about sites. I can tell you that one of my last vacations was in Missouri, in the Thousand Lakes area. I never thought to go to a family vacation in Poland, but actually I hosted in the Knesset a couple of weeks before a Polish minister. I will try to remember her name, and she told me, have you ever came to a vacation to Poland with your family? And I told her, yeah, you know, I have a little kids, I don't know what I have to do in Warsaw with them. And she told me, you don't have to go to Warsaw. We have amazing nature in Poland, like Missouri, and she even Googled for me some places and hotel, and I said, wow, and I showed it to my wife, and we spent 10 days in Missouri in the nature, which is most amazing, all these lakes and waterfalls and trees, and, you know, ride horses and see the nature and the animals, and this is things that Israelis, for example, don't know. So for Israelis, in the bad case, Poland is, you know, Auschwitz and Majdanek. In the good case, it's also Warsaw. But they not necessarily know about Krakow, which is amazing place, and definitely not about other areas. So I think we should make some effort to show the Israelis what you have to offer artistically, culturally, nature, everything that tourists from Israel, and they love to invest and they love to go abroad and have fun, and I think that Poland can offer it, and the same goes for Israel. I think that you know, Israel is not only Jerusalem and the holy sites. I know you have here a lot of Catholics, and they're coming to Jerusalem and go to this and that church, but Israel is much more than Jerusalem, and we have a lot to offer, mainly a lot of sun and good weather, by the way. And you are welcome in the very dark, in the very cold periods of the winter. Come to Israel and feel warmer. So it's an effort that both of us should invest as government, as people, to recommend our friends, each other's country. It's only 4 hours flight and very easy. You have many El Al flights, Warsaw and Tel Aviv, and of course Lot and maybe other companies. So it's very easy and it's pretty cheap to fly to Israel and to Poland. So we should put more effort on marketing the beautiful sides of each country to the other country's residents, and it's possible.
Can we offer, as for example, Polish government can offer anything to the teenager trips, the Israeli teenager trips where they are coming? For example, that they visit Poland Museum, or that they see some other places in Poland also showing good sides of Polish-Israeli relations or history or common history for a long time? Well,
I think it's a great idea. I cannot take decisions for the Polish government, but I think that if
if we were in charge of the schedules of those trips.
Okay, we are in charge. So,
what we would do.
Yeah, I do think that there is a mutual interest for these kids that are coming here, thousands of kids every year, to go, for example, as you mentioned, to the Poland Museum, to see 1,000 years of other history, because this dark history that we're having in Poland, it's during 6-7 years out of 1,000 years of Jewish life in Poland. So when I came for the first time, even knowing that I had a family here in Poland before the war, and I saw these 1,000 years of Jewish life here, I was amazed. I didn't know how amazing and big and rich the Jewish life was in Poland, and such a huge community of different culture and colors and different rabbis. You know, a few of the most important rabbis in the history of Jewish religion was born and grew up in Poland and moved it from, like the rabbi of Gur, okay, from Gora.
Or Elimelech from, there is Oleg of Elimelech, so his tomb.
Yeah, there is a lot of tombs here, a lot of tombs here and graves of very, very important and holy rabbis that are buried here, and their sons came to Israel and continued their communities in Israel and even in New York and Brooklyn. So huge Hasidis group that today live in Israel or in Brooklyn or in other places in Europe started in Poland. So the Hasidism movement, the core of it is here in Poland. So this is something that our youth, but not only our youth, also older citizens of Israel, they know it as some kind of knowledge that they have back here, but when they are coming to the Poland Museum and they see the rich history, the huge and long history, this is something that we should also remember. Unfortunately, the history of Jews here ended in a very brutal way in these 6-7 years of World War II, but 1,000 years before, and throughout this entire period, we had a kind of wonderful life here and very rich and colorful life, and this is something that, so if the government of Poland can support this kind of an extra trip that will be connected to the trip to the concentration camps, to the Poland Museum, or also maybe to other places in Poland or in Warsaw, it will be great, but this is for the Polish government to decide.
So it is a message to Israeli youth. When you come to Poland, don't think only about the concentration camps, but look, for example, at Poland Museum and think about 1,000 of common history that we share. And thank you for watching Poland Daily Culture.